Hey everyone, I'm Darkwater, and welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings. So last time, the main character, Oi, I really don't know how to pronounce that. I'll just say Oi. Aoi. I'm probably going to struggle with that. Main character used to ride a bike, but doesn't anymore for some reason. And he met this girl in a wheelchair on a hill after she threw a paper airplane. And one of her tires is flat. And for those of you who actually got through the last video, thanks. And if you didn't like it, I'm sorry. And if you didn't like it, you probably didn't watch the whole thing anyway. But I was just trying something new, and it was kind of weird, but I was trying to, in a way, force being funny or whatever. Which was probably bad. But I'll just try to play the rest of this mostly straight, like not... I wasn't really trying to make fun of the game or anything. I do like the game. I played it, before on my tablet. But, I was just trying something. But I'll just play it straight now and make jokes as appropriate later on. Just that thing is, I like trying to make voices for the characters in, visual novels and stuff. But in this one, I can't really do that as much because some of the characters are actually voiced. They're just voiced in Japanese. So it's not like a fully English thing. But anyway, let's keep going. 5 years ago, there were no windmills though. Talking about the windmills up around here. Yeah, I was gonna point to it, but you guys can't see me where I'm pointing, so. 5 years ago? I've just come back to this town. Oh, really? She directs her gaze at something far away. What is she staring at? So you've come back to your hometown? This is kind of weird. I'm trying to do the girl voice when she's already has a voice. But I don't know how else to do this. I mean, presumably the people that are watching this speak English as their first language. Or main language, anyway. So you can't get the sense of what this is if you're not actually looking at the screen and reading it along. If it's in Japanese and you don't understand Japanese, then I have to read it to you, but it's weird because I want to try to make a voice for it, but they already have a voice, so what do I do then? This is where I'm having trouble. Yeah. She suddenly looked down and seemed lonely and strangely sad. There was an awkward silence as I continued working. Quack, said Hat. Oh yeah, we met a half duck, half chicken last time too, whose name is apparently Hat, because it wears a hat. Yeah, really complicated there, but, everyone's got to have a name, so. The duck twisted its neck to look up at the sky. What is it, Hat? She was tempted to look up too. I wonder what that is. What's that? Something is flying. There was something floating in the air. It was crossing the lake and gradually getting closer. Alright. A glider. Or plane? I don't know if that's remote controlled or what. At first I thought that it was a paper airplane that she had thrown coming back to us. But it wasn't. It crossed the lake and eventually reached the air above the small hill where we were. An airplane? Oh, that's me, sorry. An airplane? It's not paper, it's a real plane. But what is this? Its silhouette is much thinner than any plane I know, and the wings are really big. It's a glider, she says. No doubt about it, that's a glider. A glider? I repeated the name as if to confirm it, and then looked to the sky once more. With its big white wings and the wide silhouette, it reminded me somewhat of a seagull. Or even a wingull. Hey look, it's turning. It's so pretty. The glider, ? Is continuing to turn leisurely above our heads. It's flying ever so slowly. Of course, it doesn't have any thrust. As it proceeded slowly across the blue sky, it seemed to be floating rather than flying. To fly on the wind like that. It looks like it would feel nice. Yeah. It's coming down. The turning glider looks as if it had given up on rising and came down towards the top of our hill. I mean, it's not like it was coming down to land. It was just reducing its altitude. Why don't we try waving? They might notice us. Yeah. She earnestly stretched out her hand and waved towards a white aircraft floating in the sky. Hoy, she says. She speaks for the duck, too, apparently. That's a really weird quack sound. But it's in another language, so I have to make allowances for that. I don't know if the pilot noticed us or not. However, the wings reflected a gleaming light, and it really did look as if it was answering us, calling out to it. Then the glider turned its back to us and flew away, back to the other side of the lake, where it had come from. It's gone, she mumbled sadly as she lowered her hand. I take it she wants to fly. Extend the little wings which fly in the sky highly. Should I? That's cicadas, right? I think that's how you say it. I fixed a flat tire and went with her into the town. This is the residential area on the opposite bank of the lake to the windmill hill where we were just now. Can't read. This place is nice. I'll take you back to your home. No, it's okay. You're kinda creepy and I don't want you near my house. It seemed like she was going to say but before she stopped speaking. For a girl with a walking disability, just because she was shown a little kindness, she can't bring some guy she hardly knows back to her house. Thank you. Because of you, I was saved. Don't mention it. If your tire ever goes flat again, call me any time. With this phone number that I'm not going to give you. I only said it as a joke, but she blushed and looked down nervously. Quack, said the hat. And the duck, too. Thank you. ? If you're thanking me, you already did that just now. It was quite fun, like spending time with a friend. Yeah, me too. And I saw something unusual too. The glider that we had just seen was now flying in the air above the hill where we were just now. That just feels like an awkward sentence to me. So did I. That's the first time I'd seen a real one. I now have some wonderful memories. For tomorrow I must die, she murmured quietly and giggled. Coupled with her cute and dainty appearance was her lovely smile. Well then, I'd better get going. Okay, take care. Sure. The wheel squeaked as she pushed the wheelchair along with her hands down an empty street, and behind a dark alley where she turned into Darkwing Duck. Behind her, the duck wearing a hat waddled along with her. Hey! ? Question mark. She stopped her hands and turned to face me. See you again? She looked troubled and embarrassed, then left without saying anything. She sure was cute, I said out loud for some reason, for anybody to hear. Where is she from? Her appearance is quite graceful, as if she were the daughter of a rich family. A little lady with a duck? It was an odd combination, but they seemed strangely familiar with each other. Okay, I'd better go, I said out loud again, for anybody to hear. I gotta start talking. I have to stop speaking my internal monologues out loud. It's pretty weird. Now I'm going to the dormitory called Flying Fish Manor. Due to certain circumstances, that place will be my new home. While walking along the gently sloping street, I looked up at the clouds moving above. Floating so freely like that, they reminded me of the glider. That distinctive silhouette had left a mysterious impression on me. Did it? Yeah, it would look pretty cool to see a glider like that. Can't say I've seen one before. I've seen, planes high up in the sky, but it's not something that you can, just easily see because it's so far above. Hufflepuff. I finally found it. The Hufflepuff Manor. This place, is this it? Flying Fish Manor. And a flag just flew in front of my face. There's such a big difference between its appearance and its name, I said out loud for some reason. That's like giving a tough-looking Japanese tosa a name like Lily. I do not know what a Japanese tosa is, but I imagine it's pretty tough-looking. I at least call it Mansion du Flying Fish or something. Maison du Flying Fish? Sounds French. Phew, that's why even though I looked everywhere, I still couldn't find it. Because I thought it's not this place. I completely ruled it out and then walked it round and round this area. Well, shouldn't you stop judging things on appearances and just look at addresses or, descriptions or whatever? Signs? Even now, I still can't believe it, so I'll check the sign one more time. What are you, OCD? Flying Fish Manor, there's no doubt about it. Even so, I'm still not entirely convinced. Why? Says it on the sign there. The building's there. It's Flying Fish Manor, dude. Accept reality. I mean, I know a lot about this place. And now we're going back to a dark and stormy night. It's an old European-style building on the shore of the lake, and because its appearance is a little spooky, when we were kids we called this building the Witch's Mansion. Did you see a witch there? You couldn't just call it the Haunted Mansion? Or the Undead Mansion? I mean, why the Witch's Mansion? Of all things. As a test of courage, we would often sneak into the yard. We just thought it was a rich person's residence, but it's a dormitory. Kifu Private Academy Student Dormitory. I can't just stand here in shock. Woo. Ha. Okay. I have no idea what is going on. I took a deep breath and stood up straight. Okay. That's a deep breath sound, I guess. May I come in? After walking inside already. Something you should ask before you walk in a place. Oh, a visitor. As I completely stared at her chest openly. Whoa! Suddenly a girl in her underwear appeared before me, and the expression that I had tried so hard to straighten out crumbled instantly. May I ask your name? I am, Why? Isn't that something people are supposed to do, is ask their names? Ask each other's names? She She's the one who should be worried about having been seen, but why am I the one feeling under pressure? Because you're weird? We don't accept door-to-door sales. Too many people for voices. I know they have voices of their own, but I still have to say something. What's up, Kana-chan? Looks like we have a visitor. A visitor? Huh? What? A guy? Wow, that is really high-pitched. From inside, the other girl, this one was wearing clothes, showed her face, but when she saw me, she let out a hysterical scream. Oh, that's what that was. At the same time, the glasses she was wearing looked like they were about to slip off. Kana-chan, your clothes, your clothes! A tall girl now. What is it? Another girl appeared. Oh yeah, this unknown boy saw Kana-chan's naked body. What did you say? Well, I mean, she's not exactly naked, right? I mean, she has clothes on. It's not much, but they're clothes. Huh? What? Huh? No, that's not it. Just like a god of salvation, my cell phone rang. The word mom was shown on the display. Excuse me a minute. Right. Just calmly walk outside and talk on the phone. I quickly pressed the button to answer the call while swiftly escaping outside. Mom! I thought you'd be at Flying Fish Manor and that things would have calmed down by now. What's it like? Well, the place is full of girls. I saw one in her underwear. What? Of course it is, you I forgot what, but... Of course it is, that place. Yeah? I checked the sign over and over, but then I noticed some small writing in the corner. Dude, read the fine print. It's not even that small. Girls' dormitory. Jeez, this guy must be half blind. It's right there. Even I can read that. And I can't read Japanese. This is a girls' dormitory. Oh, didn't I tell you? Did you do this on purpose? What is this? What kind of mother are you? From now on, I'm going to be this place's dorm mother, aren't I? It's fine. The owner and the boarding students have all accepted it. Just now, they were screaming at the top of their lungs. Oh, did you go in the changing room by mistake? That damn mother of mine. She's enjoying this situation. Oh, is he saying that out loud? Why would you say that out loud, dude? Creak? The front door opened slightly and the girls from just now were peeking through. What's happening, Sana-chan? He's still here. Exclamation point, question mark. When I called out to them, like a surprised turtle, they pulled their faces back inside and shut the door. So I was calling out to them? What should I about this? Yeah, what should you about this? That's my question. Now, what would I about this if I was in that situation? I don't even know. Well, this is the situation. Oh, hey, so you're the new dorm mother. While I was explaining the situation, the boarding students, apart from the girl in the underwear, who was putting on some clothes, surrounded me but kept their distance and watched at me. Yes, I get watched at a lot. Oh, this is no good, is it? A boy being the dorm mother of a girl's dormitory. I should be a dorm father, if anything, but... That's alright, isn't it? From behind the underwear girl, she was wearing clothes now, but they were pretty gaudy, with some girls who looked like they were hiding, but they were nodding and agreeing. If nobody comes here, there would be a bigger problem. Yes, that's right. But I thought it would be someone older. Fearful looking girl, there's a new one. Yeah. Incidentally, there's now one more person than before. She was kind of timid and looked to be the same age, or maybe a year younger than me. G? G what? What is it? Did you say your name was Ai? How old are you? I'm still a student. From tomorrow, I'll be going to Keifu Academy. I'm in the 2nd grade. Heh, so you're in the grade below. Hee hee. Hee hee, she said. What do you mean, hee hee? That's my question. The person who came to speak to all of you is my mother, and well, she kind of half-tricked me into accepting the job as dorm mother. My mom has a job connected to real estate, and her company manages this property. Well then, what should we do, Yuka? Should we change? If that's the situation... The person who seemed the oldest said so, and the other people reluctantly nodded in agreement. This is just until the owner caretaker comes back or we find someone else. I apologize for the inconvenience, but for the time being, let's all try to get along. Once the conversation was over, naturally everyone left and went back to their rooms. Yeah, I'm sorry. Everyone can be so childish and they got carried away in front of a young guy like you. I'm Kaneko Shigure. If you need anything, please ask me. The caretaker's room is at the end of the corridor on the 1st floor. Thank you very much. Was all that the boring students? There's the underwear girl and Kaneko, who is with me now. Yuko, the tall girl with the long hair, and Sana, the girl with the glasses. The timid one who came from the back is Ryuko. Not Ryuk? Alright. That's 4 people altogether. Ah, well, there is one more person, but she's what you might call the reclusive type. I wonder if she'll come out of her room at some point. Oh. In other words, there are 5 boarders in total. This building is pretty big, but there are only 5 people living here. Come to think of it, my mom did say that there are quite a few empty rooms. It's old and a little far from the school, so maybe it's not that popular. Phew. I've worked up a sweat, so I'm gonna take another bath. A sweat from what? Standing? Anyway, the conversation ended well, so I'll call my mother to let her know. Why don't you just have her in conference call with all the girls there? So, in the end, we somehow worked things out. Really? That's good. I'll tell you this now, though. Keep your hands off the girls. Well, what are you talking about, Mum? Well, as long as he doesn't cause any problems, that's okay. Oh, and also, I told you before, but one of them has a walking disability. Guess who? Flap, flap, flap. Suddenly, the sound of flapping wings came from down the hallway. Then a shrill voice sounded out. Wait, Hat! Man, that voice is the duck. Huh? Something big and white came flying down the hallway from behind at breakneck speed. The girl was the girl in the wheelchair. Wait, you stupid duck! Give me my panties back! Okay, that's a little much information. I don't have to speak for the duck, at least. It's pretty clear. The big white thing, which somehow seemed like a duck, was flapping its wings and flew behind me. Why is there a question? Yes, it's a duck. The girl in the wheelchair avoided all the obstacles in her path, in other words, me, and chased down the duck like a drift racer. I was so overwhelmed by the speed that I couldn't say anything. I've got you, Hat! The The girl in the wheelchair caught the duck at my feet and snatched away a small white cloth, possibly panties, from his beak. I say possibly because I wasn't really listening to what she was screaming at the top of her lungs. Geez, you're always playing tricks. If you would do it again, I'll turn you into Peking duck. Well, that's a sad quack. The girl put the duck on her knee and lectured him. I remembered seeing that before. Long ago. Back when I still had my pie. However, it's somehow a lot different to the image she had during the day. In the daytime, she seemed more dainty and delicate. However, her appearance was the same. It's not often that you see such a pretty girl. Looks like your tire's in good condition. Huh? Question mark. She finally realized that there was a guy standing there. Ah. Hello, Ai. Ali, are you listening? Ah, yeah. What was it? I was saying there's a disabled girl, so take good care of her. Sure, I got it. Okay, talk to you soon, Mum. I replied as I ended the call. Why are you... She got as far as saying that, but then realized that she has a small cloth in her hand and tried to hide it by stuffing it under her backside. Why are you here? It's a dorm mother, Kotori-chan. Kaneko, who was supposed to be having a bath, poked her head out. I'm sorry, this is way too many voices to keep track of right away, so I'm probably going to be saying weird accents all over the place. Really? What do you mean? I hadn't heard about that. Even after I tried to tell you, Kotori-chan, you hardly ever come out of your room. You mean the dorm mother? Is a boy? Hey, look. Hey, look. Hey, look at what? Is what I felt like she was saying as she relentlessly pointed at me. We already had this conversation a long time ago. The girl known as Kotori glanced at Kaneko like she was interfering. I said, I'm the new dorm mother. How I meant to say. I'm Kotori Yapane. Kotori seemed to meet my introduction with reluctance. Quack, said the hat. This is hot, but you know that already. Yeah. Hat turned to face me and flapped his wings. He's a clever duck. Are you really the dorm mother? Yes, that's right. So you are against it? She says she doesn't like the fact the dorm mother of a girl's dormitory is a guy, or the fact that we're the same age. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay. Kotori closes her eyes and quietly takes a deep breath as if trying to focus her mind. Kotori? Forget about what happened during the day. During the day? Which part? The only part of the day that you spent time with her. As much as possible, that's right. If I had to say. She stopped talking and stared at Kaneko, who was standing behind listening. Kaneko looked as if she was saying, okay, as she disappeared down the hallway. That I made the careless mistake and that I started crying. Oh. Right. That incident was quite startling, and I remember it well. To see a girl's tears from so close like that is something I don't experience very often. So what, you don't make girls cry on a regular basis? I don't know what she thinks about it, but those tears were very beautiful. If you say so. So you liked seeing her cry? Is that it? Have you forgotten it? Huh? No, not yet. Forget about it, right now. Don't be so silly. When I say it like that, it just makes it even more strongly engraved in my memory. Sniff, she said. Look, you're new here, so you don't know. Even like this, Kotori straightened her back, composed her expression, and smiled. And swish, with a natural gesture, she lifted her hair up. How is that natural? Don't you feel my cold allure? Alule? What's a lule? Ah, allure. I just said that wrong. That's all. Oh, I've heard that word before. I'll say it again. Let me do it again. She said that and then straightened her back and made a composed smile again. Okay, that's enough. I get it all right. Grr. Jeez, you're such jock. Nitpicker. Lowlife. Katori used just about every insult there is. That only sounded like 2 or 3 insults. Is that all she knew? Then turned her wheelchair around. Then she hurriedly raced back down the hallway and back into her room. Quack, said the duck. Actually, it was the hat on the duck that said it. Along the way, Hat, who had been thrown off, chased after her and entered the room through a small door, maybe a special door for ducks, built into the bottom of the main door. Yes, only ducks can go through it. I looked on in disbelief. I don't need to say this, but the dainty and delicate image that she had in the daytime had completely crumbled away. A delicate bud was beginning to sprout, and we shared a fleeting love. But... cool Alule, right? I said that out loud for some reason. Why does he say stuff like that out loud when it should be inside his own head? When I remember lifting her hair and being so full of confidence, I feel like I could burst out laughing. She's so funny. From the beginning, everything's been so messed up. From tomorrow, it looks like things will start getting interesting. I really felt that prediction would come true. Did you? Did you really? Extend the little wings which fly in the sky highly. Okay. My first job as dorm mother. Knocking on doors repeatedly. That is, to make breakfast for the boarders. You can cook? Munch munch, that's some good eating. Oh, you're good at cooking. Can I have some more rice? Sure, a big bowl, right? You know it. I'm pretty confident in my cooking. Until recently I was living with my father, who was ordered to transfer to the country, and every day I helped with the housework. I was in charge of preparing the meals, and it's not like I hated cooking or anything. That's one of the reasons why I accepted the job as dorm mother. So the others don't need breakfast, huh? Since just now no one is coming to the dining hall. Sometimes there would be someone walking through the hallway in front, but they seem to be sneaking around. Hmm? Kaneko looked towards the hallway just as the oldest boarder, Yuka, was peeking in before swiftly dashing off. Is that the tall one? Yeah. Gee, they are so naive. They still haven't gotten used to boys. But Kifi was a co at school, right? Even if you go to the same school, you won't see them with their bad heads and faces without makeup. I see. Seems that guy being the dorm mother of a girls' dormitory will have its problems after all. Oh really, you think so, huh? You thought it would not have problems? There's a reason why I accepted the job as dorm mother at Flying Fish Manor. Not long ago, the owner janitor collapsed. It sounds like she's pretty old, and as well as straining her back, she caught a summer cold, which became aggravated. The owner soon began looking for a replacement, but it was hard to find one. Then she sought help from the real estate company where my mother works. This is one of the properties that my mom manages, and is an old acquaintance of the owner from decades ago. Like 6 decades or so. She nominated me for this job just as I was planning to come back here. On the documents, my mom is the one responsible for this place, but she got me to carry out the practical duties. In other words, the work of the dorm mother. Then, that became the condition for me to coming back to this town. As always, she was very crafty, but I wasn't really against the idea, so I accepted. If I'd known it was a girls' dormitory, of course I would have refused. I hate being around girls. This place is old, a little far from the school, but the rent is cheap. Apart from the food and admin expenses, it costs next to nothing. That's why it would be a big problem for me if I couldn't stay here, and if in the worst case scenario, the boarders wouldn't be able to go to school. So for now, it seems that everyone has accepted the guy as the dorm mother. Cool. Thanks for the meal. Woo, that was good. Kaneko stacked up the dishes on the counter and licked her lips in satisfaction. Everyone will get used to it soon. We'll land them off now. She had eaten it all, not even a single grain of rice was left. To have people enjoy my cooking feels pretty good. I feel deeply relieved, and I'm happy that things are going well. Well, it's next day in the game, so I think this is actually a good time to stop for now. So let me know what you guys think. Am I doing an okay job here? Should I go back to the way I was last time, or do it the way I was doing it this time, which is more normal? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for being cool, and I'll see you next time.